Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of JFC Hollywood and Friends. I lost count, probably 53, maybe 51, 63, maybe 38, who knows. After 3 weeks, we're back, and I don't know if you're going to be happy or not. Let's discuss about what happened the last couple of weeks. And as me, as always, Bill, Giulio, and Edo. Good evening, guys.
Tell us
Hi, guys.
about this. Tell everybody about your tour in Italy and the Spritz tour before we start.
Because we've always been here. He's back, right?
He's back.
So
Let's tell it like it is.
the four of us, there is like everybody like 8 days in Chicago, 17 days in between Seattle and Washington State. So okay, so what the heck are you talking about?
But only one place with like 3 Spritz on average per day.
Yeah, on average, exactly. Because I think some days I got to say 7 or 8. But okay. Oh, Tal is here with us. Hi Tal, how you doing?
Hey, Tom.
Tired.
Hey, Tal.
How's it going, guys?
We were just
So-
talking about alcohol.
Yeah,
About
we'll-
alcohol? I
Yep.
actually don't. This is my first stream without any.
I don't think it's you should do something about that. But hey, since I'm probably the most critical about what happened the last week, I want to hear your opinion. So tell me about the last game against the really good team of Monza. Bill, if you want to start, I'm gonna listen and learn.
About Monza, okay, no. I will talk about the 2 games, basically. The first half, so 11 on 11. I really like a couple of things. I really like Kalulu position. He went up in a couple of situations all the way to the left midfield to stop the build-up of their of Monza start of action. I like that I saw Nico beside the goal. Of course, when he scores, you can see that immediately he has a different reaction, different mood. He was much more involved. He looked everything, but he started very well. I feel. And also Colomani, yeah, he missed a big opportunity that I'm pretty sure everybody got very upset when he missed that one. But on the other one, it was perfect. It was cynical, and he did it the way he's supposed to do, like put in the bottom corner. After, there was the Ildiz episode. Basically, we are all thinking that we're going to go to the first half resting without any problem. And of course, there to be a problem. And after that, for the nature of the team we have, we got.
What do you think about what do you think about what happened with the Elliotts? Were you mad at him?
No,
You think it's a straight red?
Mad at the moment, yes, but it's understandable. I play soccer, stuff like that happens. There are players in the whole career never had an episode like that, for sure, but it's not normal. Normally, you have at least 1 or 2 of these kind of episodes in your whole career, and unfortunately, I had a bad reaction. I think also he doesn't want to hit him like so badly like he hit him, but it's the right card. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen similar episode and I didn't even see a foul call.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean because you speed in the freeway at 100 miles per hour, you never get a ticket. The other people are supposed not to get a ticket. So it's like,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The law is that one. So
Okay, so the law applies different for different people. Basically, what you say, right?
So it depends. When I drive my Ferrari down here, they never stop me at 100 miles per hour. And Giulio gets stopped all the time at 80. So sometimes it's like that, man.
Okay. So, Giulio, you're one of the most excited about what is going on, and so I want to hear what you think about the 17% of ball possession we had in the second half.
I think about the 10 points out of 15 that Tudor brought is a good thing. That's what I think. I think 3 wins out of 5. When he inherited a team that was dead, that is a good thing. So if we get stuck in this like minutiae just to look at what's bad, we should have done this from the beginning. In August, right? Instead, we decided to give time to the team, give time to the coach. We need to be patient. We need to be this. And instead, I don't see this in the past month. Everybody's going at it as soon as something is going wrong. And so what I think about the game is like when it was 11 against 11, we were dominating. It was 2-0, could have ended 4-0 the first half. So I can judge their game based on that. Then they decided to defend the 2-0. Okay, that was the choice. Brought the 3 points home. It worked. Period. I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to bring points home. We're not trying to teach any lessons on how to do things, right? That's not the time. The time is to bring points. That's it. But 11 against 11, we were dominating. We were playing beautifully. So what happened in the second half, you can't really judge the game based on that, if somebody tells me, oh, look at Parma. Well, Parma, if I look at Parma, I watched the game against Inter Parma, I watched Lazio Parma, and I watched Juve Parma. And we were the only one of the 3 that didn't concede anything but that stupid goal that Kelly or whoever was Cambiaso allowed. Parma against Lazio and Inter created like 5, 6, 7 chances that deserved to win largely. So we need to look at the big thing. We are playing with defenders that now they're like starters. They came in January in an act of desperation, and now we have these starters. Even the starters are getting injured. So that's what I think. I think we're doing what we're supposed to do, bring points home. So I'm happy.
Edo, you were nodding your head.
No, I mean, I sort of agree with a lot of what Giulio said. There are some things that, we played. Yeah, it's true. We played okay in the first half, but I also remember Birindelli essentially running 70 yards with nobody around him and getting to shoot from, 18 yards out. And thank God he's not.
Remember the one.
So I mean, it's a year that somehow we managed to stay afloat with. I mean, because again, if Birindelli scores that first chance in the first half, then things changed dramatically. But he missed it, and then they missed a couple chances also in the second half that were pretty easy. I agree that it's not the time and the place to be aesthetically pleasing and worrying about how we look. It's a matter of bringing home 3 points and whatever. But it felt to me that the second half was a bit unnecessary in terms of just giving up any sort of idea. They said, okay, we're just not gonna even try to keep the ball. We missed a big chance with Nico, which could have made things so much easier in the second half, because I think he missed a big chance. And up 3-0, even if you're a man down, who cares? Like you can do it. Instead, we were almost trying to put ourselves again in a crazy last 10-15 minutes, like it happened with Lecce, where we dominated it, but then at the very end we're like, oh geez, are they gonna tie the game? So it looked to me like we just unnecessarily put ourselves in a position that, because it's not like I saw that Mauro said in one of the comments that we used to play like that, but that was also like trained and sort of like our own identity. So we were comfortable with giving up possession and just waiting for the team and possibly striking on a counter. I don't know if this team has that identity. I don't know if it has any identity at all. But to me, I didn't feel like, okay, they can play the ball however long they want. They're never going to score. I was like, geez, this is not fun. But all things considered, they brought the 3 points home. Lazio and Bologna, gave us a hand because I think, they're trying their best to keep us in the race for the fourth spot. And yeah, it's just it's a very long season. Like I feel like this is, a 3-year long season instead of just being the end of April.
Well, there's the feeling I had in the last year season actually. So and every it's the last 3 or 4 years that every time we got to this point of the season, it's like, damn, it looked like it was like a 4th season just in one. So, and Tal, I haven't seen you in a bit. So, well, of course, we're happy about the 3 points, but okay, but we play Month. Gotta be realistic. We play Month at home, and it's true. We didn't at home. We didn't win against Venezia. We didn't win against Cagliari. We didn't win against Parma. We didn't win against a lot of teams. So, and so are you? What you're taking from this game and from the previous one? Well,
So I want to echo something that Giulio said. Personally, I think that under our previous manager, who shall not be named, we lose that match. Even with 2-0 up, and because of how strict he was to his tactics, I don't even think those 2 goals come, despite how absolutely terrible Monza's defense is. I think it would have been more of the passing around. Maybe the red card happens, maybe it doesn't, but it would have been a 0-0 match under the previous management. And I know even if we scored 2 in the first half, had the red card go into the second half, it would have been in that mentally broken team, we would have lost. And that's my personal belief. Other people might agree, might not. I don't really care. Going further to that, I think in the short time that Tudor's been with us, it shows that the team is a little bit more galvanized. The guys seem like they're a little bit harder and capable of doing the dirty work, especially for 45 minutes. I am upset a little bit that we didn't try to go up against and score a third. I thought we were capable of doing that even against 11. And I think this needs to be said, the refereeing in that match was absolutely abysmal. It was beyond abysmal. I mean, Caldirola should have been sent off in the first half.
He's
a Serie B ref. Yes.
Well, I think it was if his debut in Serie A, I think. And
it was his fourth. It was his fourth Serie A match.
So in the whole first half, he didn't call any foul in our favor. Okay. And the first foul he called in our favor was at 64 minutes, okay? And at the end of the game, I think it was 19 against. We commit 17 or 19, I don't remember, and they commit 5 fouls. So we are like a team of butcher, and I don't think we are, because we are actually, I think we are dummy most of the time.
Yeah, we're actually pretty clean. We're pretty clean.
So I called him a perfect killer sent by the soccer association to
what I don't understand is why you put just this just goes to show like how terrible Serie A management is. How
terrible Serie A management with Juventus is.
Listen, that the elbow that happened with Yildiz, if an Inter player does that, he's elected as the next pope, okay? But we do that, it's a red card, 2-match ban. I don't understand why you put an inexperienced ref in a match like this that has top 4 connotations. Sure, if Monza and Lecce are playing against each other, that's when you put this guy. If they're playing a mid-table team is playing a relegation side, that's when
I don't
you put
know.
this guy in place.
I don't know. This team, in a way, was seen as, Juve is gonna just run over Monza. That's how they saw it. So, and that's what was happening.
Are
And
they
that's why
watching the same? Have they watched the same Juve that we've been watching all season?
I mean,
it seems like a ridiculous sentiment.
There aren't really games, unless it was like a Udinese Torino game where whoever wins doesn't matter. There wasn't any of those games this weekend. Like, there aren't
then
really.
I'm sorry. Then you give
maybe shouldn't ref anything. But we're talking about the referee here, which it was the least of our problems this past Sunday.
And I'm not one to, I think that we need to win by our own merits, right? With the referee, without the referee, whatever it is. But it was such a factor, in my opinion, that I found myself yelling at the screen more about the referee than how we were playing.
Right, and that can play into
the guys. I saw shots on target. I saw shots from outside the box. I saw players coming short for each other, playing off of each other. And these are things that I was basically asking for all season.
Right.
So for me, I see progress in the team, and I see development from some guys, and I see, players actually showing what their capability is and not just passing around for fun like it's practice.
I actually, when I hear Matteo, what he has to say, I know he's very critical about what happened this past Sunday and the one before, so I want to hear what he has to say, and then there's something else I want to say about this team.
Well, I think Tudor is doing a heck of a job, honestly, to begin with. But I'm really, if this is the best we can have from this team, I think we have a huge issue. And I don't want to, I would talk about the referee all night long, okay? Because it was terrible, just to be nice and kind, okay? And we see Roma getting like a couple of calls per game every freaking day, every freaking Sunday, okay? So, and it's starting to make a difference, okay? And I'm not even referring to the foul that they're talking about Sunday, the one on Dika on Bisek, because I don't really think that there was it could have been a penalty, but it's not like this bad
Listen,
call.
Inter have gotten so many penalties that weren't penalties.
I don't care.
Honestly,
I don't care. I'm talking about Roma. We are looking at Roma right now, and I think Roma is being pushed really hard by someone, okay? Because that's what happened in the last couple of months. But still, this I'm not talking about that. So if this is the best that this team can do, I'm really worried. And Tudor, I think Tudor. Look, I don't know. I don't know if Tudor believes in the team, because at the one point last Sunday we basically decided to sit back, okay, and that was the right call maybe to do, okay. And we had basically a goalie, a defender, and Colomoni up top. Okay, we were not able to make more than 2 passes, included a pass from Veiga to Di Gregorio. Di Gregorio kicking away, and we lost the ball. Okay, we were defending. The second half was I think it was watching a third division team. Actually, I think it's a third division team playing better than what we did. And I don't understand some choices that they keep having. Okay, for example, in Parma, I don't think why he's keeping he hasn't make any sub until he kept 3 sub until the 86 minute. Okay, I don't understand why. I don't understand why we keep seeing McKennie play right back when Alberto Costa looked like a more than a decent player when he came in. Okay, and I don't understand why we had to play 3 in the back, since this team was built to play with winger, and is a matter or a topic I was discussing with Bill. Even Conte, they always play 3-5-2. In the last couple of months, he switched to a 4-3-3. Okay. And I don't understand why we had to be so dogmatic. Especially because with the player we have, we are not built to play this in that way. Okay, because it's simply because of that. So other than that, I still think this team is not as bad as we are playing, But at the moment, I'm really scared about the next 2 games because yes, we're in the 4th place right now. But now we have like Bologna away, Latvia away. Okay, we are gonna miss. Well, everybody is happy because Kelly is gonna miss this. The basically, I think the remaining 4 games. I gotta be honest. I think Vega is more a liability than Kelly, but that's just my opinion. Okay, and
I agree.
Not last couple of games.
Well, Vega has a good game last
with Parma. No, he didn't have a good.
To be fair,
Parma play better than Kelly.
To be fair, 3 days ago we play against Petagna. That when I see him coming on the team on the field, it looked like me playing like a pickup game with you guys. So
no, but he's confident building up from the back. He has a lot of characteristics.
We haven't built up from the back in the last 4 games. Never. No. We play. No, we haven't. Bill. I don't think we have.
No. You think every time they throws the ball up in the other side?
They did. I saw like a couple of times Locatelli actually making like a couple of passes through like this last game. Like, I mean, you criticize a lot of choices.
Right, multiple times.
Right, a lot of choices of Tudor, but we also have to say that we're finally seeing Yildiz with Tudor. We're finally seeing Nico Gonzalez with Tudor. You know, we're seeing.
Wait.
No. Nico Gonzalez was like we didn't use him like we're supposed to. He was a ghost until now.
Hold on a second. The switch from Thiago Motta to Tudor, it was inevitable. Okay, I'm not discussing about that. I always think that Nico Gonzalez was terrible the last month with Thiago Motta for whatever reason, but everybody was terrible the last month with actually the last 3-4 games with Thiago Motta. I don't know what happened. Okay, and but to be fair, Nico played the first month of the season, and then we missed him for like 4 months. Okay, Yildiz, I think we have an issue only when Yildiz is not playing. So I'm probably one of the biggest fan of Yildiz, and I don't. And since you talk about Yildiz, I don't understand why we have always. Not we, but in general of this conversation, when you play on the left, you should play on the right. When you play on the right, you should play on the middle. When you play in the middle, you should play on the striker. When we see like the other player of his age, I seem like today I was watching PSG against Arsenal. There's Doué that actually I never seen him play. Like Yamal play with the play as a winger. And everybody is happy about that. I don't see anybody speaking about, oh no, you should play over there. No, you should play up top. No, you should play back. No, you should play like you should play on his end. No, you should play like rolling over. I don't know. They just play. So, but that's my opinion. Having said that, I'm worried about what the next 2 games. We'll see what's going to happen in the next 2 games because
let's go back to the formation. You said that to you right now we are not built to play in this way. A lot of players they're finding the way to play this formation. Kalulu is much more free to defend in the way he is able to do. Locatelli and Thuram, they are more safe when you have the center back, the center defender in the back, like Vega, and Locatelli comes down to get the ball, and sometimes you can see him all the way up. That you were not seeing that in the past. Thuram is doing those runs that basically every goal we scored in the last few games has always been a run from Thuram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I see like we're performing with this formation.
We still have a big problem, guys. We keep on underestimating the problem we have on the defense. Like the guys that now are like the starters. This should be the bench. The bench of the bench.
But it's been like this for all season. It's been like this for all season.
No, there was Gatti. There's not even Gatti now. There's not even Gatti saved us until like last month. If there wasn't Gatti, I don't know what we're gonna do. And now Tudor arrives, doesn't have
we were
Gatti.
lucky that he didn't get injured earlier.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, we
100%.
underestimate the fact that Gatti
No, exactly.
performed.
So it's,
only
we
God
play like
knows
this
how.
for the whole season. So
No, but right now we are even worse behind. We are even worse. The people that are playing now are even worse than what we had, and we were complaining what we had. We keep on forgetting that. It's not a small thing. It's not a small thing. With an experience like defenders, you don't lose against Parma. You don't get that goal. There's no fucking way.
No.
You get scored on.
but and going back to Parma, we didn't in 96 minutes, 97 minutes, 98 minutes against Parma. We didn't create one.
Sure,
one
yeah,
chance.
yeah. It was a bad
Because
game.
it's true, we didn't allow any chance basically because there was a ball put in like in the middle and it was not like clear chance. It was like a
We
header,
didn't do
like,
anything.
but we
do
didn't
anything.
do it, and so I
I agree.
feel
Sure.
Yeah, no. With,
Yeah,
with Parma,
I mean-
we could have played 3 days. We would never score.
Sure. I mean, but again, like we've seen how hard is playing with Parma now. It's not just us. We should have won with Parma at home. With that Parma, we should have won. Now
They're-
Kiwa
they're a
arrived,
tough-
and everybody's
they're a tough
suffering.
squad to break
Now,
down.
since Kiwa arrived, now they're performing. So it's right, Tudor, when he says it depends when you play with teams.
Yeah.
Right. We got Parma now, and we are like we're not, ready to face anyone.
Mhm.
We can crumble easily. It's not because Tudor arrived they went away. That's why I'm saying, like, fuck, I'll take the 10 points. Thank God. Let's see what happens. And Matteo's right. Next 2 games terrify me. Like, literally terrify me.
I have a question.
Please.
Is Locke gonna play center back?
No.
I
There's no
think
way.
I think we're finally going to see Savona in his natural position, which is a wide center back.
I was hoping
Savona
finally
played majority. Savona played majority of his career at the youth level and at the next gen as a wide center back. If you guys watch him play, most of our criticisms and most of his deficiencies come when he is in an attacking position. Even that yellow card he picked up was because he was trying to push the ball forward. And let's not forget those first few games that he played as a right back, he pocketed a few of the league's best.
Yeah.
Not
And
against Napoli, right? Yeah, Kvara.
Napoli, he pocketed Kvara, he pocketed Leao. I personally think that the future of Savona's career is as a center back. He's just very skinny. The guy needs to put on 10 kilos.
Yeah, he's light.
You know what I mean? He needs to hit the gym. He needs to be on my
So
diet.
you guys would move Kalulu on the left?
Yes.
Who? Kalulu on the left.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
only
the
one.
He's more than capable in playing on the left side.
Yeah. He did already at the beginning of the
And to
season
talk-
with Motta there.
Yeah, I also think that this formation it doesn't necessarily highlight our players' best capabilities, but I think it masks their deficiencies a lot better
Probably.
than the back four.
We have a lot
because
of
in the
quality
back
with this
four
formation
system-
that is like is terrifying.
Right. That's why not having
Yeah,
Yildiz
no.
the next 2 games is like.
Listen, it's time for somebody to step up. Yildiz is out. I hate
know who
it's
there's-
in my opinion, it's a small club mentality to say, "Oh, we're missing this guy, we're screwed. Oh, we're missing this guy, we're screwed." You can't rely on one player.
We don't have champions.
Like we've
so
been complaining.
we don't.
We don't. Who cares? Like, I mean, obviously I care, but we can't have this mentality going in saying, "Oh, we're screwed already." If anything, and hear me out on this, it benefits us. And I'll tell you why. Because
Missing
with Yildiz,
without
Yildiz,
Yildiz?
and especially going into these 2 games. And here's my theory here. Okay, you can agree with me, don't agree with me. going into these two games, we are now really going to look and feel like the underdogs. Okay, so Bologna is going to think they have a very good chance. They're going to come out saying we're going to win this game with maybe all the confidence in the world. And one punch in the mouth from us, or one hard tackle from us, one show of force, and all of a sudden, whoa, this is the Juve we're playing against? We thought we were good. This was going to be easy. Same thing with Lazio. Lazio is a team that's known to crumble. Okay, it's kind of like the history of the Tottenham. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they do. So, not having Yildiz, maybe having Mbangula in there, maybe having Nico on the left because he's capable of playing on the left, having Nico on the left and Conceição. Now, all of a sudden, they don't. The teams we're coming up against are not necessarily going to be ready for it. They're not going to know exactly what we're going to do, what we're going to try, how we're going to implement things. And I think that's going to work in our favor. Now, I'm not saying it's beneficial for us to be without Yildiz. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that in this moment, the unpredictability that we would bring to the table, not having him, because it's so easy now, any team we come up against in these next few games, okay, double man mark Yildiz, okay, make sure he's covered, make sure he doesn't get the ball, take him out of the game. That's their most dangerous thing. Now, all of a sudden, they don't know who our most dangerous player is going to be. They don't know if it's going to come from Thuram. They don't know if it's going to come from Nico Gonzalez. They don't know if it's going to come from Kolo Muani. They were always, before, they're looking at Yildiz.
They know
now they don't know who to look at.
I mean,
personally, I think Loca should be shooting from outside the box 2-3 times a game. He does it twice a year. That's why he scores only once every 2 years.
Between the first and second half, I agree. Hey, Locatelli had that good game on Sunday, but that's another issue.
I think what you said.
I missed it. Say that again.
No, he had a decent game on Sunday, and that's another issue.
Why is that an issue?
I think
because he doesn't have any quality with him without any quality. He never stretches. He always follow. It looked like to me it looks like he's jealous of where Vega is positioned. So he wanna stay like in front of Di Gregorio and stop all the ball, leaving like the shooter like taking the shot from the 16-year line. I don't understand, but you guys people like them. He's reliable. I'm not gonna say no. Probably he's the only one we have. We know what he can give. That is the only thing. The leader that he can give. So
is Coop coming back?
I don't think so.
No.
Possibly. Is he fit?
No.
Or does he have the flu again?
No, it was an inflammation of his tendon of his knee. So yeah.
I think we can take Bologna. I think in Bologna we can actually win. I think in Bologna we can actually win. Like if you look at Bologna, come on. Sure, they play well. They've done their season, but it's like, we can take them. What it really scares me is Lazio. Lazio knows how to play the ball, and it could really get us in trouble. Really get us in trouble.
I think if we dominate the midfield against Lazio,
we'll
win that game.
Who's gonna dominate it? Like the midfield, we don't have people hold the ball and move around. I mean,
not hold the ball. Make it impossible for them to have the ball in the midfield.
Well, then
because we have Loca, who's defensively solid in the midfield. You have McKennie who can drift in from the right. And you have Thuram. And you make it impossible for them to hold the ball in the midfield. We don't hold it in the midfield. You make it hard for them to hold the ball in the midfield.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest quality of Tudor. Break the other teams build up. So it's always been even with Verona.
If we do that, we have no problem. And then you glue someone like you glue Kalulu to Castellanos, and they have nothing.
Can we speak about Bologna before talking about Lazio? So
yeah, Bologna is. I think it's a must win. Actually,
I agree with you.
I wouldn't settle for a
Bologna's
draw.
a more winnable game than Lazio.
I wouldn't settle for a draw because there is Roma coming too. You know,
And,
that's the problem. Because if you tie both games, Roma wins it both, they're gonna end up fourth.
But Roma has two difficult games, huh? Wait a second.
Roma is at home with
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina, and then what's the next one?
But did you know we're gonna play after Lazio and after Roma? So we're already gonna know what is the result on the other two games when we play.
Yeah,
I don't know. If that's
We're not
beneficial
that team that is able. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if that works
well,
for us or
we-
not.
we
I feel
want it
like
like
it would
that.
almost be better to not know.
I agree with Tal actually. Like I don't know if you have more to lose than to gain. Let's put it that way. To me,
I mean,
You know.
because we're in front, of course. They want
because if you must win now because you know the Roma won, I don't know if they have the mentality of we're gonna go there and just like run over everybody and win, right? I don't know if they have it.
No, I think being the underdog in this situation actually benefits us more.
I mean, I don't know if we're the underdog. We're
I
like
don't think we are the underdog.
above them, huh?
I don't think we are the underdog.
Right. I don't think we are.
they're gonna miss Ndoye for sure.
They're missing Ndoye.
Oh, that's
Olm,
good.
Ndoye,
Oh, home too. Okay.
yeah.
That's so they have some some significant absences for them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And the last game they didn't play Castro. They played Dalinga all game. Basically, the Castro.
He's
entered
been
last
playing
10
the last.
minutes.
The Link has been playing the last game. I think Castro has
Yeah.
some issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But honestly, I don't know what specifically.
I think if they play Dalinga, it should be a little better for us than the Castro. But yeah,
So would you guys settle for 2 ties right now? If they
No.
tell you 2 ties.
No, we need at least 4 points from the next 2 games.
If you want me to make a prediction, but the last time I make a prediction didn't go that well. So
No, just tell me if you would settle for 2 ties.
no.
I would not settle for 2 ties. No,
Matteo,
I
Edo?
would be upset with 2 ties.
I would.
I'm with Edo actually.
You guys would settle for 2 ties.
I mean,
think
I'm scared of playing in Bologna. Bologna is always a bad place to play. They don't like us more than any other team.
Really?
And-
You think Parma hates us? I tell you for first.
No,
No,
but
no.
I remember
Bologna is
Bologna.
Yeah,
Bologna,
no,
I
yeah.
remember saying stuff about
Bologna's
Pessotto, like the worst stuff ever. Like they really don't like.
I've
us.
been in Parma many
No,
times. Yeah,
And-
no,
The stadium that I hate playing in the most is the Bentagotti. I fucking hate going to Verona.
Yeah.
It's another one. But like maybe they have some extra motivation for like we got their previous
Edo.
coach and
Edolf,
I don't know.
every team hates us. Every team hates us. There's not one team in this league that's like sympathetic to us in any way.
I know, but of all teams, like we got their coach from last season, and we're playing for the Champions League spot again, and they're playing at
If
home.
I'm a
They're
Bologna
just
fan, I'm not
waiting
upset
for
about it.
No, I mean they're waiting for us for sure.
I went to college in Bologna, and yeah,
You went to college?
but yeah, 1 year. But
Okay. Just for the girls, I guess,
but
right?
yeah, but Bologna, they really hate us. Yeah, big time.
Yeah. My dad went to watch a game, Bologna Juve. He was walking around with Juve scarf, you know. And this guy comes next to him, like starts threatening him. Then my dad is like as big as this door, by the way. The head like this. He scared the guy away. It's like,
I was.
just go, but
I
know.
stay in Bologna, Juventus in 1990-1991. We won 1-0 with a penalty kick from Baggio, I think. Yeah. I think it was my 3rd year. if I'm
I
not
remember we won with Camoranesi, kind of like very late in the game. I think I remember.
Nedved, there was a famous Nedved one at the end.
Let's do it again.
But
Let's win late.
Oh, what's the game
Let's
for Barcelona? I
destroy
think. in
them.
Villa.
Let's do it again.
That would be lovely. Like a Conceição goal at the end. It would be lovely.
So you mentioned
Mm.
Conceição. Are we going to see Conceição? Because we haven't really seen him. And actually, when we see him, I was hoping that I wasn't seeing him.
We should see him and Bangula because at the end we cannot just
There's somebody else.
Colo and Nico. We're numerically we need somebody to play there.
I personally want to see Mbangula. I think that, if you look at his next gen career, he played as a striker, he played as a number 10, he played as a winger. So him being in that half space slot, yeah,
He always
played
plays
as a striker.
Do you guys don't think he's gonna use Weah there?
I would also I would also say Weah is a good shout for playing in those half spaces. My issue with Conceição is Conceição, to me, after watching him all season, is Federico Chiesa before the ACL tear. That's all he is. He does exactly the same thing. Head down, run at his man. Conceição. He's the same. If we don't pick him up at the end of the season, I'm okay with it, personally. I don't think we should go and now spend that money on Zhegrova, but that's a whole nother conversation.
No, I think Conceição, I was expecting more from him for sure than what he performed. Yeah.
Because what happened is at the beginning of the season, nobody knew what he was going to do and what he was capable of. So he was dangerous. And then when people figured him out,
glimpses of Conceição along.
I don't have these harsh feelings against Conceição though. Like, I mean, we have seen a lot of quality. Yeah. It's just like it's difficult to evaluate players in this season because, like, until a month ago, I would tell you that Nico Gonzalez, like 2 months ago, I was like, okay, why do we spend 35 million on this guy? Right?
I don't know what Nico Gonzalez does, but I've never seen a player sweat more than that guy.
Yeah, I know, but because it does a lot of dirty work, even with Mott.
I don't think that's it. I have a buddy who, just steps outside the house and he's drenched. But
I mean, he is running back and forth a lot all the time.
He's the only one.
I don't know that guy.
He's the only one who gets the ball with the head. So
that guy is abnormally sweaty, in my opinion.
So Conceição, I think he has quality. It's just like it's difficult. We haven't seen anybody playing well consistently the whole season. The only one it comes to mind that hasn't been that consistent. I'd say Thuram, maybe Kalulu.
I would say Locatelli was pretty consistent this season.
Yeah,
Locatelli has been better than last season, but like. He has had he has made a lot of mistakes.
The same of last season, like
a lot of mistakes.
6, 5, 5, 6, 6.
A lot of it. But let's put it this way: it's been like reliable in a way that he hasn't. Last season he had like some games that were like horrifying, where he was missing like his pass. So this season has been more stable. So these 2-3 players, right? But everybody else, like. Coop, Nico, Conceição, everybody like you.
I'm a little worried about McKennie.
Question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Are we gonna see Douglas Luiz?
Well, I hoped you asked actually, because there was also this kind of Instagram. I think Steffi was asking earlier.
Yeah, Stefania was asking about that.
Do you know he wrote the thing 5 days ago?
Scandal. Yeah.
And if nobody cared for that for 5 days, and suddenly now is relevant.
I told you about that.
Yeah.
Still replying to a fan, and it should be kicked out of the team. If this team was somehow managed in a certain way, but everybody is speaking. Okay, everybody is saying things out of line. So we probably we have to play probably the under 17 team because.
Do you guys remember when Maurizio Mosca used to have the Bombe di Mosca? That was
good time.
I don't know if Douglas Luiz is gonna play. honestly, like, would you have him play at this point? We haven't seen the guy playing an entire game in all it goes how long. Now we're going into the two key crucial games of the season. Would you have him start?
But the coach,
As much as I want it,
the coach is saying them in training. If he's gonna see that they're
But
his feet,
training is one thing. Training is one thing. Then having to play a game like that is different.
I don't
you
think
know,
he has the problem of confidence. He's not the kind of players that he's going to be scared to play against Bologna. It's not the issue. If he's healthy, he can play, man.
But he hasn't played with anybody. They haven't played together. I mean, I want the guy to play. I'm just saying I don't see him starting at least.
Oh, when you have 7 players out and there is somebody's fit, he's going to play. I don't see why he's going to play.
I think Locatelli Thuram are going to be the starter again.
Of course. But I'm not saying like. You're not saying like he's going to play the whole game. I say like
is he coming in 20 minutes? I hope, because he needs to give a break to somebody.
He can play above or in Ilt's spot.
Douglas Luiz?
He can.
I saw some people put him there for the possibility. We will see. I don't know. We'll see, like, when they're gonna report the training and they see him playing the position. I don't know.
It looks like we cannot play soccer cannot be played without McKennie and Locatelli. So we may see Douglas Luiz as a center back. I don't know.
I mean, McKennie is physically cooked. Like, he needs a rest.
Yeah,
but
he's
okay.
He's
the right back is the only play. Is one of the few positions that actually we have some backup, because we can have we can have Alberto Costa, we can have Savona. Still, we've seen McKennie every freaking Sunday. And McKennie was a reliable season, yes, but yeah, you're right, it's cooked. He doesn't have anything left in the tank.
McKennie, when we don't have the ball, is one of the best players we have.
Yeah, Billo, okay, still,
you need the kind of player that you rely.
We just have defensive player on the field.
He's gonna make the foul at the right moment.
We have only defensive player on the field.
Yeah, he's a defensive player. He's a defensive player. He has a great throws in. And what else you want for him? He's all he has. He's never gonna dribble. He's not in his characteristic.
No. Look, I always defended McKennie.
He's gonna be a lock.
I agree with Edo. Yeah. I agree with Edo that give him a break.
I mean, because when he's fit, I think he can be even like a good offensive weapon. Like, sometimes he has this runs in the box that not many other midfielders. But I mean, I just watched him play the other day, and after 20 minutes, he was gassed. He was gassed completely. And I still remember, like, in the second half, chasing after like Monza players and just couldn't close the gap. I mean, dude, just put him on the bench, let him breathe, because he's out.
I think the move is play Wea on the right and let
and Cambiaso. And what about Cambiaso? We having Cambiaso on the left.
Unfortunately,
he's not playing.
I mean, Cambiaso is a ghost.
Does he need to play?
Yeah.
Does he need to play? Because to be honest, Cambiaso is a huge liability right now.
He's been a liability.
Defensively,
7-8 points in the season, and he was probably one of the best players until January.
This is why probably it's better to playing a little higher up than the closer.
Or maybe really wide, like in the bench. Okay, so because you guys know that I always like the Cambiaso, but right now it's really hard to watch him play, honestly. And
but then who do you play there?
Yeah, so what would be your ideal starting 11, Matteo, for
on the left?
I will put for
the 11.
You would play with that for defense, no?
Yeah,
for defense. Okay, tell me.
Vega, Kalulu, Savona on the right, Cambiaso on the left, or we are on the left. Okay, Thuram, Locatelli, because we cannot play soccer without them. And then we are left. Colomani on the top. Conceição right, Bangula left, and Douglas Luiz behind.
So no change in the midfield?
he's starting Douglas Sweets. I mean, that's the thing. If
Well,
you play
he's
with
playing a
4-3-3,
4-3-3.
that's the thing. If you play with 4-3-3,
I
then
have
there is
Adzic. I have
no
Adzic
one on the
in there.
bench.
Adzic. I have Vasily Adzic.
Right, but you see how it does not make sense to go with that
Like,
starting.
should we really move like to a different defensive
Edo,
formation?
you haven't seen him play. You haven't seen Adzic play
No,
today. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's like something else.
But if anything, Adzic is better to play as just a straight replacement for
But-
Yildiz,
Okay.
and then you play
Okay, but
Savona to replace.
why Tudor didn't play
right
me
center back.
against Monza if he believe in him?
No, but I'm saying my starting 11, and that I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Tudor is not gonna do that. Tudor is gonna
Hilo, to
probably
answer
play
your question,
Savina,
I think-
Savona, Veiga, Kalulu, McKennie, Thuram, Locatelli, Cambiaso. So I forgot about Nico earlier. Nico probably. I think he's gonna play Conceição. I think he's gonna play behind Colomoni. I think that's gonna. The only variable is like someone else in the spot of Conceição.
I think he's going to invert. I was going to put Nico on the left and Conceição on the right.
That what you were about to say?
Yeah, that's what I see happening. I think that if there is no red card, I think that Adzic was getting some minutes in that game.
Oh yeah.
But once the second half turned into clamp down, make sure that we don't concede, bring home the points, I think you don't. That's not a match that you bring Adzic in for.
Got it.
Right. Yeah.
That's my opinion.
No, I mean it makes sense. Yes.
Okay. I have 3 minutes left. I wanna the prediction.
No.
Why are we doing this?
No.
The prediction.
I refuse.
1-0 at
Okay.
the end. Conceição.
Wow.
Tal, you go. You're brave.
I'm gonna say also like below 1-0, but I think it's gonna be like set piece header, even though we're terrible at those this season.
It hasn't happened in 34 years.
So who's next? Veiga?
I would love Veiga to do that. Oh,
I would say
I would
actually
be so happy.
more likely the way our defense is playing, more likely coming from Kalulu.
Kalulu, okay.
But it could be anyone. I think it's going to be scrappy. But I also think that Bologna is going to come in with a lot of bravado. And I think that if we can, almost like Alex Ferguson style, kind of hammer them a little bit in the first 20 minutes of the game and be like, you can have the ball. We're not only going to take it from you, but we're going to break you while we take it. Then they get a little scared.
So I'm gonna call a 2-1 for us with a 1 goal, 1 score from Thuram.
What did you say? 1-1?
2-1.
Dude,
Oh,
I said 1-1. I had Thuram scoring as well.
Jesus, that means that he's not gonna score. Okay. Should have waited. Fuck.
Those two that okay.
Lately
banned
I'm getting every four. I got Nico against Monza and I got Minus against Lecce.
Oh, okay. So now
I
you're
got
definitely
I got Cooper when he
you're
scored.
out. Like
I got Cooper when he scored. That was
Julio, waiting for you.
2-1. Muani, Nico Gonzalez,
actually, I have a new.
Call on Nico, okay. Tell me.
I have a new one. It's gonna be Alberto Costa, and it's gonna be. I'm now agreeing with Julio. It's gonna be 2-1, and Alberto Costa is gonna score like some.
Why you
random
agree with
miracle
Julio? I was the
goal
first
and
one
make
calling
it.
2-1, but okay.
Yeah, because
So,
honestly, I don't like your predictions. Your predictions don't come true, and they get. Also, we shouldn't be saying 2-1 because 2-1 is the first numbers for the home team, so we should be saying 1-2.
1-2, you're right.
2-1 like in American
1-2.
So.
You're right.
Okay.
1-2.
And what
Guys,
about Scudetto, Dai? What about Scudetto? You think you guys gonna win?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm still.
No, say it. Please, let's say it on
Don't
video. Say it.
Don't say.
Say
Let other
it.
people know.
Say it on video.
I think Conte is gonna put, but he's gonna have a hard one because he's gonna miss Buongiorno for the whole season, and I'm still waiting for Anguissa. So a lot depends on what happening tomorrow. I think in the Champions League game.
I think Napoli has it in the bag. If you look at the calendar as an easier path.
I think
Edo, you know what that
Osimhen-
means, right?
Osimhen-
No, I'm just imagining what people in Napoli are doing, listening to you saying they have it in the bag.
I talked with my friend for Napoli, and he said that he's sure they're gonna do 12 points in the last 4 games.
Boy, look.
Sure.
Of
13.
course, you're talking about that with a Napoli fan. Come
Yeah.
on, you were expecting something different coming from them?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Let's
I'm
see.
expecting it to say like, no, Inter's gonna win.
Let's see.
no, not from a Napoli fan. Not from a Napoli.
Okay, so
But
I'll tell
it's
you
gonna
how
be hard
Napoli
because they're
wins
gonna
it.
make.
Napoli
Is
wins
Inter
it if
Verona-
they celebrate after they win it, not before.
Yeah.
Inter Verona and Lecce Napoli next Sunday. Okay, so that's similar. Then there is Torino Inter and Napoli Genoa.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's an easy one for Napoli.
Then there's Lazio
Then-
Inter
Then
Lazio.
with Inter Lazio, that's now depending what happens with Lazio, that might be difficult. And then there is Parma Napoli. That's
Mhm.
easy unless Parma is safe.
Yeah.
Parma
already.
is safe.
By then, and then the last one, there is Napoli Cagliari and Como Inter.
Ooh.
So it's all head to head. I mean,
Ooh.
besides the Inter Lazio, like anything can happen. Actually, I take it back. I don't know if they have it in the bag. It's like I don't know.
I
If
think
Inter doesn't
Verona
win,
might.
I'm so happy. Oh my god!
If
I think
If
Verona
Inter
might
doesn't
give Inter
win with
problems.
Como, I'm so happy.
I honestly don't care as long as they don't win the Scudetto. That they can win with Como 25-0. I could care less.
+1.
You know.
But let's think about it. Like maybe they lose the whole game. The whole game. Atalanta lose all the whole game. We win 12 points, and we're gonna win the Scudetto.
No.
That's a possibility.
I
Okay,
was
guys.
hoping
Let me
maybe
get
we could
to
get to the third spot, but no.
We're there.
Is the Scudetto mathematically impossible for us at this point?
I don't think so.
No?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Yes?
because is the goal difference.
Yes. No, we
Oh,
lost against
There's
Napoli,
12 points available.
and we lost
Okay, geez.
with them.
Yeah, and the goal difference is like insane. Napoli 29 hours is 20. So
Oh, we're 12 points behind Napoli. Okay. Okay. Didn't even. I thought we were 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, take it back. Well, but maybe
Okay,
we're
but
gonna have like a
second place
for 14
is
tight. All the team is 74, but I'd see Napoli making
Honestly,
at
that
least
would
1
be
point.
that would be.
Okay.
I would say put that in the trophy cabinet if we manage to finish second place over Inter this season.
Oh, that would be.
I would
It depends
make a
what,
plaque
it depends
and
what
hang it in
happens
my house.
tomorrow. It depends what happens tomorrow. I'm telling you. Tomorrow,
I don't think Inter has a shot.
I don't know, man.
Let's not say anything. Let's
I
not.
don't know.
I think
agree with that.
I think Inter has more than a shot against Barcelona with the way actually the both team play actually. But
I think they're old and they're tired, and age
we'll
is
see.
finally catching up to that team.
I know
I
where
say
you
they're
live.
old.
Al.
They're
I'm gonna
old
look
as-
for you.
Players are like my age, but
I'm gonna look for you,
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
guys. Bye.
playing
Gotta
for
go sleep.
Inter, dude, you wouldn't catch
See you
me
next
dead
week.
even in an Inter shirt.
Huh? What?
Ciao, ciao.
You understand? Okay. Bye.
Woo. But Edo just left like that.
Good night.
Bye.
All
Good
right,
night,
guys.
Bye bye.
Bye. Good night. Bye.